Early season surprises, contenders or pretenders. Welcome to our deep dive into the 2025 MLB season. It's that fantastic time of year when every team has a fresh slate, hope springs eternal, and the narratives are just starting to unfold. We're already seeing some fascinating storylines emerge, with clubs outperforming early expectations and shaking up the initial power rankings. It's what makes the first few months of baseball so captivating, the potential for new contenders to rise and for established wisdom to be challenged. Today, we're examining the hot starts of some unexpected teams. We're talking about clubs like the Detroit Tigers, the St. Louis Cardinals, the San Francisco Giants, the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the Miami Marlins. These teams have come out of the gates playing impressive baseball, energizing their fans, and forcing the rest of the league to take notice. The big question on everyone's mind is whether these performances are sustainable. We'll see if these teams are the real deal or just early season flukes. We'll dig into the numbers, look at the key players driving this success, analyze their strengths, and consider potential weaknesses. It's all about figuring out if these hot starts are built on a solid foundation, or if they're more likely to cool off as the marathon season wears on. So, grab your favorite ballpark snack, settle in, and let's get into it. All right. Let's kick things off with the Detroit Tigers. Their performance through the first couple of months has been eye-opening. They're winning games with a complete and sustainable brand of baseball. Spencer Torkelson's refined approach at the plate is a huge part of their success. On the pitching side, Casey Mize's return has been monumental. The offense has contributions from up and down the lineup. The bullpen has also performed admirably. A.J. Hinch deserves credit for the culture he's building in Detroit. My verdict? The Tigers are legitimate playoff contenders. It's an exciting time to be a baseball fan in Detroit. Let's see if they can keep it up. Next up, let's talk about the St. Louis Cardinals. After a down year, they've hit a hot streak that has put them right back in the thick of the NL Central race. One player who has been instrumental in this resurgence is Brendan Donovan. His versatility and bat are shining, setting the tone for their offense. On the pitching side, the emergence of Matthew Liberatore as a consistent force in the rotation has been a huge boost. His fastball has life, his curveball is a legitimate outpitch, and he's commanding the zone much better. Of course, you can't talk about the Cardinals without mentioning their veteran stars, Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado. Their presence in the lineup and leadership are still crucial. When they get hot, they can carry the offense, and even when they're not, they provide protection for the younger hitters. The Cardinals are getting significant contributions from guys like Lars Nootbaar, Nolan Gorman, and Jordan Walker. The overall performance of the pitching staff will be key to their sustained success. Beyond Liberatore, they need consistency from the rest of the rotation. Offensively, the Cardinals have always prided themselves on situational hitting, moving runners over and grinding out at-bats. Potential weaknesses? Starting pitching depth remains a concern if injuries strike or if someone falters. Can the offense maintain consistency, especially from the bottom half of the order? This recent hot streak has definitely changed the narrative around their season. So, are the Cardinals flying high for good? I think they have the talent and the pedigree to be a playoff team. Their offense, when healthy, is deep and versatile. If Liberatore is for real and the rotation can provide stability, they'll be a tough out. The NL Central is always a dogfight, but the Cardinals know how to win. I wouldn't bet against them being in the mix come September. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going. Stay tuned. Let's shift our focus to the West Coast and the San Francisco Giants. Under new manager Bob Melvin, they seem to have found a renewed sense of purpose and execution. They're playing a solid brand of baseball, and it's translating into wins in a very tough NL West division. When you look at their key offensive stats, what stands out is their ability to get on base and manufacture runs. Several players have been instrumental in this offensive approach. Young-Hoo Lee, their big international signing, has adapted quickly to MLB pitching. On the mound, Logan Webb continues to be the workhorse ace of this staff. His consistency and durability are incredible assets. The rest of the starting rotation has also been a pleasant surprise. Kyle Harrison, the young lefty, is really starting to come into his own. The bullpen, anchored by Camilo Doval, remains one of the league's best. Defensive efficiency and fundamentals are core tenets of Giants baseball. Bob Melvin's impact as manager cannot be overstated. He brings a calm, steady hand and a wealth of experience. Potential concerns for the Giants? While their on-base ability is strong, there are times when you wonder if they have enough consistent power throughout the lineup. Can they consistently score enough runs against elite pitching? Overall, the San Francisco Giants look like a team that is built to contend. They have a clear identity, strong starting pitching, a deep bullpen, solid defense, and a pesky, disciplined offense. They might not always be flashy, but they are effective. In the rugged NL West, their consistency and fundamentals could very well see them playing meaningful baseball deep into the season. I'm buying into what the Giants are selling early on. Now let's head to the desert and talk about the Arizona Diamondbacks. After their incredible run to the World Series in 2023, the expectations for this young, exciting team were certainly elevated. Corbin Carroll is, without a doubt, the engine that drives this team. His combination of elite speed, surprising power, and Gold Glove caliber defense makes him one of the most exciting players in the game. Alongside Carroll, Ketel Marte continues to be a model of consistency and a vital cog in their lineup. The D-backs are also getting significant contributions from other parts of their offense. On the pitching front, Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly form a very solid top two in the rotation. Gallen is a legitimate ace with a deep arsenal of pitches and pinpoint command. Beyond Gallen and Kelly, the development of their young pitchers is crucial. Brandon Pfaadt showed flashes of brilliance in the postseason. The bullpen, often a volatile area for many teams, has been a point of focus for Arizona. With Paul Sewald locking down the closer role, the key is finding reliable setup men to bridge the gap to him. Manager Torey Lovullo deserves immense credit for the culture he's built in Arizona. Are there areas for improvement or concern? Like many teams, offensive depth beyond their core group could be tested by injuries or slumps, and while the top of the rotation is strong, consistency from the back end is always something to watch. So can the Diamondbacks sustain this strong start and prove they are perennial contenders? I absolutely believe so. They have a core of young, dynamic talent, solid starting pitching, and a winning culture. They've already proven they can win on the biggest stage. The key will be health and continued development from their young players. This team isn't a fluke. They are a legitimate force in the National League. I expect them to be right there in the playoff hunt again. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going. Stay tuned. 24. Finally, let's turn our attention to the Miami Marlins. This is a team that perennially seems to fly under the radar, but they often find ways to be competitive. Early in 2025, they've put together a string of impressive performances. You can't talk about the Marlins offense without starting with Luis Arraez. He's simply one of the purest hitters in baseball. Then you have the dynamic Jazz Chisholm Jr. When he's healthy and on the field, Jazz brings an incredible combination of power, speed, and infectious energy. Beyond Arraez and Chisholm, the Marlins need consistent production from players like Brian De La Cruz and Jesus Sanchez. On the pitching side, the health and performance of their top starters are always the biggest storyline. If Sandy Alcantara is back to his Cy Young form after his recovery, that's a monumental boost. The development of that young pitching talent is really the cornerstone of the Marlins' philosophy. The bullpen is another area where the Marlins have often found unheralded arms who step up and perform. Manager Skip Shoemaker did a phenomenal job in his first couple of seasons. What are the potential challenges for the Marlins? Offensive consistency beyond Arraez and Chisholm is a big one. So, are the Marlins making waves that will last? I think they have the pitching talent to surprise a lot of people and hang around in the wild card race. If their offense can provide just enough support and their key players stay healthy, they are a dangerous team. They won't be an easy out for anyone. They might be more of a dark horse than a favorite, but in baseball, strong pitching can take you a long way. The Marlins certainly have that potential. So there you have it. A look at some of the early season surprises in the 2025 MLB season. We've talked about the Tigers, Cardinals, Giants, Diamondbacks, and Marlins, all teams that have jumped out to impressive starts. It's always fascinating to see which clubs can sustain that early momentum and which ones might fade as the league makes adjustments and the true talent levels begin to normalize over the long haul. The beauty of baseball is its unpredictability, and these early storylines are a huge part of that. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more MLB insights. We'll be here all season long, breaking down the biggest games, the hottest players, and all the developing narratives as we head towards the postseason. Your support means the world, and engaging with you all in the comments is one of my favorite parts of doing these videos. I love hearing your perspectives and debating all things baseball. And on that note, let us know in the comments which team you think will keep up their hot start. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video.